Hello everyone, this is Fazana from Fazana's Law, and in today's video I'll be sharing with you all top 5 things that I actually learned by studying at university in London, UK. So if you're somebody who is starting university from September 2022, or you might be starting a new academic year even at university, this video would definitely apply to you regardless of the age, gender, and whatever year you're doing, whatever degree you're doing in the UK, London. And I really hope this video is helpful for all of you to make a change to become the best version of yourself this academic year. So let's get started with the video. So for all the videos that I'm going to be making in this month until the new academic year actually begins, I already told you guys that I'm going to be making PDFs, or more like small creative ebooks, for all of you to actually ensure that you can actually download it yourself. You can all find them on my website www.fazanaslaw.com, where you can find all these ebooks, all these free PDFs that you can find it for yourself. You can keep yourself accountable for all the tips and tricks that I share with you all related to the the legal practice course or university lifestyle, how to survive university, and so on. So I cannot wait for all of you to access those, and those are all linked in the description box below. And you don't have to sign up anything, do not have to give me your emails for me to send it to you to your emails and stuff, or inbox. So yeah, I wanted to keep it as very simple, as casual as much as possible, because all I'm here doing for you all is to help you guys survive university lifestyle. And before I begin with the video and the tips that I want to give into this video, I would like to tell you all about myself, especially if you're new to my channel. So my name is Fazana, and I'm currently a legal practice course student at the City University of London, and I'm hopefully going to be completing my course in September 2022. And I have been at university, I actually remember I started my university life at 2017 September, where I undertook my LLB, or the Law LLB Honours undergraduate degree at University of Westminster, and those were 3 years of my life, so 2017 to 2020. I then graduated in 2020, of course, in August 2020, and I achieved a first class honours for my Law LLB Honours, and I'm so proud of myself for that. And after that, I wanted to start my legal practice course as soon as possible in 2020, September 2020. However, because everything was online, I could not really vibe it. I could not really understand what was going on, which is why I took a gap between January till, I would say, June. So 6 months, I was basically just chilling and, traveling around and everything like that. So I took a break from education, and then I resumed my course, the legal practice course, from September 2021. And I'm hopefully going to be finishing in September 2022. So that makes it 4 exact years of my university life, and which is why I wanted to make this video for all of you guys, to make sure that you can see if you're actually going to university in London, how does it feel like. And these are, of course, my personal experience related tips and all the things that I learned. So it might not apply to everyone, of course, because everybody is different. But these are the 5 things that I want to share with you all, things that I learned by studying at university in the UK. So let's get started with the first tip. So I'm going to start off the video with a very harsh truth, and that is the fact that being different is your unique selling point when it comes to surviving university. And one of the things that I learned, first things first, at university, studying in the UK and London. And the reason why I say this is because there's going to be many different kinds of personalities at university, and everybody's going to try to be some other person, or they might want to be or look like someone who is very popular, influential, and even a celebrity because of the amount of status they have, the amount of money they have, and so on. But it's very important for you to be wise enough to realize that not everybody is going to be like you, and being different is your own unique selling point. You need to make sure that you're standing out, because the more you are actually inclined to become someone else, the less likely you're going to be standing out, and less likely you're going to be visible, because everybody which is behaving in a similar way, everyone, that's not attractive, first of all, and second of all, you're not going to be standing out. And sometimes you might have to be by yourself because you're very different from others, from the way you look, from the what you believe in, especially your core values and your morals and everything like that. And if you're somebody who has a very strong moral value, and you have certain things that you're not going to be compromising on, that's absolutely amazing, and you should definitely hold on to those, because those are things that are going to make you stand out for sure. And it's very important to be different than others. And my life goal is to be the best version of myself every single day, which means I'm ever changing every single day. So I'm not going to be the same person as I was before, or yesterday, today, or even tomorrow. And that's the goal that everybody should be striving to have at university, because university is a perfect lifetime opportunity for you to really discover yourself, who you are deep down, and ask yourself questions. For example, what is your life purpose? What kind of legacy do you want to leave behind? That was a very big one for me, especially in the first year of university, when in the first 6 months I was feeling very clueless. I didn't know what to do. I don't know why I came to university, honestly, even though I was studying my dream degree, undergraduate degree of law. Still, I felt very clueless about myself. I didn't know who I was. But after those 6 months, and when I started really questioning deep down my soul, finding my spirituality and everything, that's when everything completely changed for me. So I highly recommend for you to actually ask yourself these kind of questions about who you are, what are your core moral values, and what do you believe in, and what is your purpose in life, what kind of legacy do you want to leave behind. And please, please, please strive to be yourself as much as possible, whilst also improving yourself and trying to be as different from others as much as possible, especially when it comes to things like appearance wise and also looks wise, because everybody's trying to copy everybody else, and that's not really attractive in my opinion. And you should always try to embrace who you are and forever. So I hope that tip 1 really stuck on your brain, because that was literally 2 minutes and 55 seconds of me talking about how being yourself is the most important thing you can ever do at university. And that brings me on to the second lesson that I learned very hard in my life and very later on in my life as well. And that is basically the fact that part-time job is life-changing. It's completely life-changing. And you might be thinking that, oh no, that's not true, because it just distracts me. It takes 2 days out of my week. I'm not able to do anything in my life and so on. But I realized the fruit about the importance of having a part-time job in my life when lockdown happened in 2020. And that's when I really realized that having a part-time job in my life, where I was to go out on Saturday, Sundays and do my work, get some money and come back home and forget completely about my education in that time, that was the most life-changing moments of my life, because I realized that with a part-time job, I was able to manage my time really wisely, really properly, because on Monday to Friday, I will be dedicated to education, whereas in Saturday, Sunday, that would give me like a break from education. And then on Monday, I'll be literally missing studying and going back to education because of all the physical bodily pain that I would face, because I was to do a very hard retail job. And I still do that a retail job as well still. So I highly recommend for all of us to embrace getting a part-time job, to become really good at time management, to become self-disciplined, and also to make sure that we are actually learning the art of not procrastinating. Because let's be honest, when 2 days of your week that you cannot do your education get removed, that's when you realize how much work you have to do, and you force yourself literally to get your work done from Monday to Friday literally. And that has been a really life-changing experience for me in my personal opinion. So I highly recommend that if you're listening to this or you're watching this right now, please do get a part-time job, whether there might be a retail job, whether there might be a waiter job in a restaurant, or if something that involves you getting out of the house and working there for, let's say, 10 hours per week or 15 hours per week or something like that, depending on how much you can handle, of course. But I cannot stress the importance enough of having a physical part-time retail or any other kind of job where it requires for you to move your body a lot, especially if you do a degree which requires you to sit down for a long period of time and read a lot, for example, law. So it's very important that you are making sure that you're having a part-time job to keep yourself motivated every week to get your work done, whether that's academic and physical exercise as well. Why not? Tip number 3, or this third lesson that I actually ever learned in this 4 years of my university life, is something that is very deep and something that is very personal to me. And something that I wish I did not have to really say, but this is real life, and in this YouTube channel, we all give really real advices, and we are very honest with one another. So the third lesson that I learned is the fact that you cannot force friendships at university. You cannot literally force them, and you cannot also force anyone to like you. This was very deep for me, because in my university years, especially in the first year, when I encountered several different kinds of friends, I was feeling very grateful and very excited to be friends with them, to the point that it became kind of toxic in my opinion, because I was behaving like as if I never had any friends before, and I was basically clinging on to those friends. And of course, naturally, those friends became, they felt very suffocated and stuff like that, because I was a very completely different person 5 years ago, and now who I am and what I am right now, I'm very grateful to God that He has made me like this right now. But 5 years ago, 4 years ago, it was not the same. I was a very completely different person, and I remember that I would try others for other people to like me basically, and I would be doing things to make sure that they liked me and stuff, because I was always seeking validation, because I always thought that having friends means you're cool and you're a very nice person, everybody likes you and everything like that. But the truth is, and I learned this in the second year of my university life, that you cannot force anyone to like you, and sometimes being by yourself is better than having fake friends or toxic friends, or friends that do not see your value, or they don't appreciate who you are, and stuff like that. So it's very important that you are actually obviously choosing friends very carefully, but at the same time, you do not have to do anything to make a person like you. That's very important, and of course this applies to relationships as well, but we're talking about friendships here. And you do not have to do anything to make the other person like you. And if they in any way, shape or form disrespect you, or they devalue you, or they think that you're being too much by giving them too much as well, then let it go. And I promise you, you'll find better friends who actually see your worth, who see your value, who see that what kind of a person you are, and they can vibe with you. That's very important. Compatibility is also very important in friendships, and sometimes some friendships have to let go so that new people can enter into your life, and they can actually make your life very amazing, lively and fruitful. So it's very important that you remember that you cannot force any kind of friendship or other people to like you forcefully. Of course, if you agree with any of the advices I've been given so far in this video, then please do like this video, and I'll share with you all right now the fourth lesson that I learned at my university life in these 4 years that I've been in London, UK. So the fourth lesson is that leveling up will boost your confidence. I cannot stress you all enough how important leveling up is at the university life, because university life is such a period of your life where you do have enough finances whilst also having a little bit of energy, enough energy as well, for you to work on yourself as much as possible, which means focusing on yourself, improving how you look internally and externally as well. So I highly recommend that if you have a part-time job, for example, and this is your prime time of feeling actually very good about yourself, that because you're energetic enough to make anything happen in reality. So it's very important that you use this 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, depending on how many years your degree is. It's very important that you use this 4, 5 years, whatever, to make sure that you're focusing on yourself and leveling up as much as you can, and as much as your soul, wants to go higher and higher, and the sky is obviously the limit. So it's very important that you are boosting yourself. For example, in my second year, at my university life, or when I was doing my LLB Honours, I remember I started really exercising hard because I had gained so much weight at university. I literally let myself go. I was literally let myself go. I don't know how I gained all that weight. But from second year, when I started exercising very, very regularly, that's when all the change happened. All my confidence started boosting up. I was leveling up literally every single day. I was feeling really good about myself, and I never had felt better, and internally, but also when externally, when I would see my body and everything like that, it made me feel really, really amazing and confident about myself, which I kind of owe to that for the reason why I started this YouTube channel. Because let's be honest, if I felt in any shape or form unconfident about myself, I don't think I would have the courage enough to put myself out there on a YouTube channel and make videos for thousands and thousands of people. And that's something that I cannot thank my Lord, my God enough for, because He has given me all these avenues. He has given me all these roadblocks for me to work on so that I can achieve my dreams. And that comes with the leveling up. Leveling up is something that you have to do every single day till the day you die, basically. And I preach this all the way and every single day. And even though some days you might find it very hard and very lazy or procrastinating, it's always, always, always very nice to go back to it and start leveling up your confidence every single day. And that comes with self-love, and that comes with a lot of self-respect and self-awareness as well. So now we're coming down slowly down to the end of the video, and I'm going to be sharing with you all the fifth lesson that I learned at my 4-year experience at university in London. And that is the fact that teachers are your best friend. If you think that you're alone at university, you're completely wrong, because I remember when I was in my 3rd year of my undergraduates, I remember I became so good friends with all of my teachers because they helped me so much in getting the grades that I wanted, or checking my work all the time and always giving me feedback to improve myself. Every single time I would give them some work. Let's say I remember when in the 3rd year, when I was really wanting to get a really good grade for my commercial law module at my law degree and stuff, I remember that I would go to the teacher's office every single week, and none of them would ever speak or say anything rude to me by saying that, why are you coming so many times, like who do you think I am? And they would help me so much with everything, and especially my personal academic tutor at University of Westminster. She was the best, and she really helped me with all my work, and she would always there to listen to me, and she was very kind because I would have a lot of problems and stuff. And for example, I had this particular project that we had to do at university, and I really wanted to get my best, and she was always there to listen to me. She was always there to give me feedback so that I could improve more and more. And in that project, I ended up getting 95%, which was mind-blowing and something that I never imagined I would ever get in that project. So it all comes down to really having good relationships with your teachers at university. And I believe in some cases, and I think I believe this fully, which is that it is better to make friendships with your teachers rather than the people who are your age at university, because obviously everybody's immature in their own ways, and I'm immature in some cases too, and I'm very much imperfect. But I think that creating friendships with your teachers at university is very fruitful and worthwhile, especially if you're somebody who's looking to get a first-class honours, and somebody like me who never got that many who was always a very average student at school and at college or sixth form. So it's very important that you are making good use of your teachers, because they do have spots available for you to meet them every single week and during the office hours. And all you have to do is just email them and tell them that, I'm struggling with this, can I please come to the office at 10 a.m. till at 10 a.m. And they will tell you then that they're available at that time, or they might tell you that come to this day and this time. So it's very important that you are making use of your teachers, especially if you're wanting to be somebody who wants to have, a really good grade, or wants to have a good reference, or you're just someone who loves to have people who are wise as your friends, just like myself. So yeah, so I think that these are the 5 tips that I would definitely recommend for you all. And now we're going to be moving on to the outro of this video. So first of all, I would like to say a very thank you so much for reaching to the end of this video. I know these kind of videos are getting longer and longer because I feel like I want to give my heart out to all the videos that I ever make from now on, and be very honest and truthful and give you all the best advice I can give as a person, because I wish I had all these advices myself. And thank you so much for listening to this video. Please do like, share and subscribe if you found this very helpful. And if you're somebody who is starting university this new academic year, whether you might be a 1st year, 2nd year, 3rd year, or even in your 7th year, it doesn't matter. Please do like this video if you found this really helpful or not. And also make sure you do check out the link in the description box for the PDF that I made for you all for this part of the video, because it's very something that always comes from my heart, and something that I always want to give you guys for reaching the end of this video especially. And thank you so much, and I'll see you guys in my next week's video.